Welcome all back to Enigma Cat Radio channel. Today we're going to be talking about a local community group called Fetlife. And I will be showing some of the leaders and people to avoid there at all costs. So one of the first members we're going to be getting into from the community of Fetlife is Mr. J. He is a psychopathic stalker who at first, like most stalkers that are psychotic, act nice at first, seem nice at first and decent, and then show their true trolling card and start being nasty to you. He's all about trying to provoke people so they'll be insulted and agitated enough to become physical with him. He's all about the physical domination, obviously. His fetish is he wants to pretend to be a chick and get dominated hardcore. To each their own, but he can't be honest about it from the jump with people. And some people he is, unfortunately, though he messed up his own reputation by playing the whole troll card before he was able to finally say verbally that's what he wanted. And no one, wants to deal with the drama. They can deal with what you want without the drama. So, like most people do, I blocked him every way possible. He got multiple fake numbers just to keep on messaging me as a stalker exactly would do. His brain is completely fried due to all the whippets he does on a daily basis, and of course that's his excuse for treating people poorly, like OMG, okay. Now let's talk about one of the group leaders who I had to get involved with this disaster. The bad doctor, aka Chandler, aka Randall. This guy, woof. I used to attend his groups often because he was one of the closest ones for my local community with less than 10-minute drive away. But of course this was until I found him out at his own little game he likes playing with people. He's just a tribe, another cult looking to add to his group that are DTF. Mr. J came to one of his events, and it was peaceful until the end. I saw Chandler and Just Rose, his number 2 that helps him runs his group that used to be as well a community leader, not no more. Now he does things with him, but they basically ran inside after the event was over, which gave him the opportunity to try to approach me in the end and beg for a second chance, which, mind you, I did. Long story short, ended up the same way as the first time, a disaster, me blocking him in every other way possible. No more chances obviously was given after that. Due to the persistent nature of Jeremy, I had to inform the community leaders because he kept on trying to just show up at the events that I was interested or planning on going to. So they'd be more aware of what's going on. I had to basically send my messages between me and him that he was insulting and whatnot, and of course I sent them to all the leaders that I knew about at the time: Tentacle, Sophia, and Chandler. After showing the proof, nobody basically thought this guy was a problem. They kept on making all sorts of different excuses why, me and him couldn't see eye to eye, like the negotiations were a problem, but in fact, I kept trying to tell them there was never a negotiation in process because he basically was acting up way before we even got to that point. That's not a negotiation error, that's just someone basically out to spew hatred and evil, and that's what the drama I ain't dealing with. Now, let's get into Chandler's little tribe and cult members, which are, by the way, all the people who always show up to his events, because there's only 5 or 6 in total that are always there, and those are his little tribe members. You got Just Rose, his number 2 lackey, and his main and his little Polly. Then you got Dreadful Wolf, big guy, ex-military, just as bad as the rest. Free-willed Robin. She is a nightmare, just like her reputation. If you ever met her or ever will encounter her, drama is her oxygen. Stay away from her at all costs. Then you have Shy Sky, who is a narcissistic, mind-playing game disaster. And, of course, Super Sam, who eventually stopped going as often to Chandler's little back munches because she wasn't getting anything out of it, so she'd go every once in a while. Here are some screenshots proving that these people talk badly about everyone who attends their group behind their backs, but to their face is super fake friendly with a smile. Now, if you ever go to one of his back munches, you will see that the spotlight has to always constantly be on Chandler, because the bad doctor's all about the attention. If you talk about something that he doesn't know about, he immediately has to change the topic, because again, he has to have control. That whole, I am a pretend alpha male in control, I need it. It's kind of pathetic, really. And the only way he always dresses is in suspenders, like a business suit. Bruh, you look like a clown. Here's another thing that's pretty interesting about the guy. He's a trans in the closet. Yes, you heard me right, a trans in the closet. Anybody who attends his munches that's out of the closet, he will treat like garbage, not using the pronouns you've made clear already that you go by, because he's that kind of person. Due to being a trans in the closet, his motive reason is because most women on the site and in general do not want a bisexual guy doming them. They want an alpha male, 100% dom. That's why he pretends to be that, so he can score. He likes to excuse his ill behavior of treating people badly with, I'm just an old senile old man when it's convenient. I don't know what I'm saying or doing. It's an accident, not on purpose. But like, he'll keep on doing it, which is how you know it ain't an accident. He's lying and a very spiteful person. He will, every time he has a group, brag about how safety is his most biggest concern. So if anyone has any issues, he will completely resolve it and jump on the spot for you. Until you have them actually happen, you see that he was all full of crap talking. This guy is a narcissistic type. He treats people like crap, except his little, which is his main, just Rose. But everyone else he's with, he treats like crap, talks bad about them behind their backs to other people, and it just gets around in a circle. And I'm, mind you, not with these people in their pod, but here I am listening to all this crap, and I'm just like, how can you guys even call yourself a pod? I say this is a drama club, where everyone dislikes everyone, but they won't say it to their faces. Okay. Now let's talk about some more disrespectful behaviors they do. Dreadful Wolf, his little buddy, you eventually, if you go to this group enough, you'll see them sharing pictures and videos of their new score that they got, without consent, mind you, because they're not posted on their profiles to show that's not consented to show to people. But here they are, basically in the group, like little kids showing each other pictures on their phones, laughing and gossiping. Children do that don't, get enough score on the side, or have never had, the real deal. People who do that, that's red flags off the bat when you're trying to brag about who you're sleeping with, and oh my god, look what they let me do, I tied him up this way, da da da. Bruh. The reason why they've been getting away with it for so long is because they all cover for each other. All the leaders, all the members that stay there, that's seen this happen, they're just like, well, we know that happened, but we're not gonna, talk about it. Because, that might make it go away. And so the new people who come, they don't know what's going on. One person the most to stay away from their little polycule is Free-Willed Robin. She is the most dramatic person there is on the community, or in general in Virginia. She lives for the drama. She will lie and make up stories to make people think that she's friends with everybody and that everybody likes hanging out with her, and so she's busy because she's with so-and-so, but in reality she's not with so-and-so. She's just playing games because she's that kind of person. Let's get into now the leaders. All the leaders are not on good terms with each other. They're like in a little rivalry, all at each other, going to each other's throats. We have Just Rose, who used to be a community leader with Sophia with the key EA safety classes, but they couldn't see eye to eye anymore and drifted away from each other. Now Sophia is the only one running this crap, and mind you, she's one of the biggest hypocrites like they are, that has no place running anything when it comes to safety. Another slimeball leader is Dr. Tentacle. He's very much like the rest, self-centered and self-serving. If you ain't DTF, he don't give a F about you. Most members, including the leaders that I've mentioned, like playing devil's advocate, or my favorite terminology, politics. They pretend they care, just so you don't think they're bad people, but in the end they just end up prolonging the inevitable and not doing a damn thing about anything, which is when people just get tired and leave the community. That's why everyone leaves that has any kind of decent qualities in them. They don't stay for long because there's no decent people there worth getting to know. Everyone there always lies for only one thing, obviously to get their whistle wet. Nobody's interested in things like that. Here are some screenshots when I had to go up bad doctor's head with my problem with my psychotic stalker. I was told that she'd be the one to handle it because she's higher up when it comes to leader. She's on top, then it's Tentacle, and then it's just Rose and Chandler. Okay, here's the screenshots of me telling her what's going on, and her not doing a damn thing about it except trying to forcefully make me make amends with someone who demands it, but in reality doesn't really mean it, because let's face it, the history you have with this psychotic person shows otherwise, that it's just all lip service, because his reputation is so trashed at this point. He thinks that if I give any good word, about him, that he'll save it. That's an abandoned sinking ship. Ain't nothing gonna fix that. It's gonna go down like the Titanic, let it go down. These people are the OGs of Fetlife because they stay. All this lovely info that I've given you guys for free is so you guys can go into this community if you want to with information pre-given to you, so you know what to look out for, the red signs, and the people I'm talking about, you get to meet them and give them a chance. I'm not saying don't give them a chance. You see, what I'm saying is true, especially when you have problems occur to you that no one gives a crap about enough to even help you out in. Just what it is. All these new people that come into the community don't know none of this stuff, so they either have to find out the hard way or never know and end up being, unfortunately, in the worst predicament that they could ever possibly be in, with people that usually end up with police involved or worse. That could have been avoided, mind you, if we had better community leaders actually running the site. All these people have fake reputations built up because they've stayed long enough that all the people who've seen this stuff like me aren't there to tell the truth of these people in general. They're really good at faking everything and, give a little fake smile to get people interested, and then you find out the truth eventually in time. That's the thing about, everyone. You can never take their word. You always have to have either proof to go along with it or your own experiences to see that this person is as bad as they say they are. Or maybe sometimes you'll be like, no, they're not. And then eventually down the line you do see it and you're like, oh, dang, my bad. I was wrong. So in other words, be safe and have fun. Make sure to avoid these people at all costs if you have the chance and ability to. Otherwise, give them the chance, but stay on your guard with what I've been saying. This has been Enigma Cat Radio Channel. Until next time.